Hi everyone, Adam here, and this is what I've watched for April of 2024. Just a quick overview of first time watches or movies I saw at the cinema. Alright, so let's begin. On the 5th of April, I watched The First Omen. Of course, obviously, this is a prequel to The Omen. The synopsis is create something to fear. When a young American woman is sent to Rome to begin a life of service to the church, she encounters a darkness that causes her to question her own faith and uncover a terrifying conspiracy that hopes to bring about the birth of evil incarnate. Well, I don't think it's an awful film. I didn't love it as much as everyone else. I'll be honest, I like The Omen, but I'm not a massive fan of it. I mean, I will probably give them a rewatch soon after watching this. The performances were good, did have a good look. I thought the lead actress did a pretty good job. Now Tiger Free. Cool name. Most of the acting was solid, to be honest. I just couldn't get into it as much as everybody else. On the 13th, I watched Late Night with the Devil. Here's a synopsis. The live television event that shocked a nation. A live broadcast of a late night talk show in 1977 goes horribly wrong, unleashing evil into the nation's living rooms. I actually enjoyed this. Kind of found footage, fake documentary. I thought it was really well done. It's, the aesthetic of looking like it's from 1977. I did like the lead actor. I think he gave a solid performance. David, I'm not sure how to pronounce this. David Dastmalchian. Close enough. But yeah, it's kind of a different kind of horror movie. It is a bit of a slow build-up at the start, but then the second half really gets going, and yeah, it's a very unique horror movie. On the 19th, I watched Abigail. Here's a synopsis. Children can be such monsters. After a group of would-be criminals kidnap the 12-year-old ballerina, daughter of a powerful underworld figure, all they have to do to collect a $50 million ransom is watch the girl overnight in an isolated mansion. The captors start to dwindle one by one, and they discover to their mounting horror that they're locked inside with no normal little girl. Of course, if you've seen the trailers or you've heard anyone talk about it, the little girl was actually a vampire. A ballet dancing vampire. And yeah, I mean, I actually really enjoyed this. I think it mixes humor and horror pretty well. All the cast were fun. And I think Melissa Barrera was actually really good in this. Her character's somewhat sympathetic. It's too bad she's let go from the Scream sequel. But, okay. And also the performance of Abigail, Alicia Weir, she was excellent actually. She did a terrific job. But the supporting cast are also very good as well. I mean, it does have a fair amount of gore too. So yeah, if you want a fun horror movie, yeah, I'd say check this one out. On the 20th, I went to the Astor, which is a revival cinema here for those who don't know, which usually shows classic movies. Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. Of course, the Indiana Jones prequel. It's actually set a year before Raiders. But here's a synopsis, in case you haven't seen it, but I'm sure most people my age would have seen it. If adventure has a name, it must be Indiana Jones. After arriving in India, Indiana Jones is asked by a desperate village to find a mystical stone. He agrees and stumbles upon a secret cult plotting a terrible plan in the catacombs of an ancient palace. I mean, I do enjoy this one. I don't think it's the best in the original trilogy. I still like it more than the new. I still like it more than Kingdom Skull and Isle of Destiny, which, just for the record, I didn't hate either of those ones either. Still a fun time. Harrison Ford as Indiana Jones in his prime was always excellent. Bit of debate about Willie Scott. Yeah, but, you know, a lot of people, she just pretty much screams throughout the movie. Yeah, she kind of does, but, you know, it's all fun. Yeah, and I got to say, I do like the villain in this one. It's an excellent villain in Mola Ram. I mean, he rips people's hearts out of the chest. It's awesome. And that's what used to get rated PG in the 80s. On the 21st, I watched Rocky vs. Drago, Rocky 4. This is a director's cut. We've changed a few things around. You know, different shots. They pretty much, spoiler if you haven't seen this version, they pretty much eliminated Paulie's birthday, where he got gifted that robot, and then he changed it to have a female's voice and called it, called the robot his girl. I don't know what Paulie was doing with that robot. I don't want to know, and I'm kind of glad they cut it. It was kind of cheesy, even though this Rocky film is a little cheesy. That was way cheesy. Here's a synopsis. Get ready for the next World War. Rocky Balboa proudly holds the World Heavyweight Boxing Championship, but a new challenger has stepped forward. Drago, a 6'4", 251-pound fighter who has a backing of the Soviet Union. Of course, this is a little dated, of course, but you know what? It's still a fun Rocky movie. Still has a montage, because you got to have a montage. Dolph Lundgren, he doesn't really say much, but he's still an imposing figure. And on the 26th, I watched The Fall Guy. Of course, this is very loosely based on the TV series, which was basically about a stunt man doing bounties to make some extra money. I'd say very loosely, but here's a synopsis. Fresh off an almost career-ending accident, stuntman Colt Sievers has to track down a missing movie star, solve a conspiracy, and try to win back the love of his life while still doing his day job. I put this into the just okay. Of course, you'd expect there's some decent stunts, and there's really good chemistry between Ryan Gosling and Emma Blunt. Aaron Taylor Johnson as the obnoxious movie star, he's fun as well, but I wouldn't say it's that great either. Doesn't really follow like the template of the TV show. It kind of does its own thing. Yeah, I mean, it does fall into more a comedy action. I thought I was going to like it more than I did, to be honest. It's not awful. It's not great. Yeah. So, I say so for The Fall Guy with that one. Okay, that's going to do it for what I watched in April of this year. Let us know, have you seen any of these? Like, comment, subscribe. I'm Adam, and I'll see you again soon.